Welcome back to the show.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Come on, James. You can't. What are you doing here? You keep trying to take over. We established this is a dictatorship once the host has been assigned.
Guys, welcome back to ECS. We are here for another match between E United and Space.
This guy should
Renegades.
be fired.
I lied. It's
Look at him.
Renegades versus Space Station. James, can you take it away, please?
Hello.
What are you doing? What are you doing, James?
We're going back to cash. I think I've wrecked my diary somehow or something.
See, look, he's
It's
doing it
just
again.
all weird.
He's doing it.
Doing what am I
Always
doing?
goes back
He
to,
says go. He
what
says
can I
take it away.
say
Is he
about
deflecting?
me?
It's all about you, isn't it, James?
Why are you here?
I still don't know what. I still don't know. Oh, round 20. Okay.
He
that's
just,
what it
he
says.
just ignores everything. You see, that's the strategy.
It's very good.
Round.
I'm very angry now.
20.
Rage is boiling inside me. What was that?
It's like a mischievous child.
He is.
Just trying to trigger
Just
everyone.
have a massive list of things that I want, videos that I want to make. So my next video
Can you do that in your own time, please, James?
is going to be about a HE that Magisk threw an overpass to the default spot off of the truck, but we won't have overpass in North America, so maybe we'll move on from that. Renegades will be the aggressors on cash, their second cash in a row, but a new opponent in Space Station. Infinite Grim, Odorous, Davey, and Snakes.
Oh, Team Flash.
I saw Voltage, what did he say? He said like, something like this has been like the most stressful year ever or something like that, so, you know, not happy not being part of the team, one would imagine. Ooh. Where you at, Snakes?
Oh, yes.
On a plane.
Oh.
The
Maybe he
boost
should have
again.
waited.
What?
Maybe he should have waited until he heard the sound of the bomb being planted. With the HE.
They've chosen to push CC. That's not an ideal engagement for Odorous. Davey using his last bullets wisely. That's a nice one tap from Grim.
Peter.
Ooh, the bomb's been planted on A. He has been trolled.
Bamboozled.
Yeah, snow kits as well, and this is one. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
He's got the smoke as well, but there's not really any time for this. He'll save it. And I'm sorry, Eric. James is not normally. Well, he is always like this, actually.
He is.
I can't just tell a lie.
It's okay. You
Like
know,
what? What did I do? What are you talking about?
well, I accept him for who he is.
We're trying to let him host the show.
I let him host the show. Then you're like, why don't you host the show? Oh!
I want to learn from you guys. I want to learn the host. But James is the master. The master of disaster.
Nice from Jacob. Well then, Renegades have won the pistol round. They've got 2 more Ws to potentially get here. Space Station on the quintuple USPs. So, it looks like we will have the earlier buy from them, as opposed to what we saw in the match prior on the same map. And there is a flash, and there is a massacre called UNESCO. Oh, they're for World Heritage. What's it? The UN, there we go. That's the people who get involved when there's a massacre. War crimes. Not hate crimes. Probably the police more for hate crimes.
Interesting.
Davey has the org.
Snakes yesterday was doing a lot of top fragging for Space Station. A young gun.
Connor definitely likes this knife. He's always, whenever Space Station are playing, always observing someone with these knives.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the round.
He's always spinning.
Yeah.
He's a spinner.
Spin to win.
A meat
See?
spinner.
Nice, very good.
You say meat spin?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Oh, why not just say it again? Yeah, I mean.
Just say it again.
And again and again. Davey defending. Now, Grim has to do the same with the help of Odorous. And Odorous will die for the cause, but he will allow Grim to trade it up. And with only 3 players left, 2 of which are critically weak, this looks like it's in the bag for Space Station, but maybe not. The smoke goes down onto CT for B, and the bomb can be planted. All safe and free for Lias as Infinite and Grim make the rotation in. The checker's position is where Gratz will make his stand. And he will not be standing for much longer, and nor will Lias, as Infinite gets it done. Gage, green! He's in there.
Maybe
They
not the
just don't
best
care.
position for Gratis faction under the vents.
Got a Dare to Dream.
There we go. Space Station will win a round. Renegades buying back up. It will be a big war to see who takes a real lead early on, because one of these teams going to be broke after this round. The FAMAS is plural. Double FAMAS. The UMP for Davey. It's not a bad combo.
As they're spraying across the white box. I don't think I've ever connected that headshot.
I did it to Parler actually in a show match.
I think one day you will, man. Just gotta believe. You gotta practice it though.
Yeah.
Just try runs. Nice little boost by Renegades, making it 2. JKS killing Odorous from the halls. Infinite. Little shout out here. He wants to kind of, well, he wants to save at this point.
Nice.
I don't think he will.
No, they know he's the last one, so he's already surrounded. Now he is eliminated. That's a hard reset for Space Station. That's the Super Nintendo out the window.
Did you ever have a Super Nintendo?
No, it was 2-4.
Alright.
So I was just saying, you'd go to someone else's house. Like if it's a VS game, you beat them at a game, then they get pissed off and it's like, no, we're going out. And more Super Nintendo.
What do you play with, James?
Hogs.
Pet rocks.
Marbles.
Marbles, that's right.
Stolen marbles.
Why stolen? Why are you profiling me like that?
Were you a marble stealer or something?
It
Is something I
follows.
don't know?
It follows from all of the vandalism you were talking about previously.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The slingshots, the egg throwing.
You're an egg thrower.
Very good at throwing small objects. There's many a year of practice.
Play cricket then.
Specifically at Windows.
Yeah, oh, whoa.
Allegedly.
Window breaker.
Not breaker.
Window licker.
Not licker either.
The Aphex Twin L.
Ah, yeah, you know.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
That's a weird video. If anyone wants to see something interesting on YouTube, look up Window Licker by Aphex Twins.
Yeah, good track though.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And have your head nodding to that one.
And then question your life when you watch the music video.
I like the Tool music videos, and those are pretty good.
Yeah, he just went through a theme of literally photoshopping his head and children's bodies. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Jacob, he's woken up since the previous match so far. He's had a little break between games. He's had really strong cup of tea. Now he's full fired up.
They're more
That's
of
what
a
fires
shoey.
me up.
They're more of a shoey kind of team, you know?
Shoey of tea.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be interesting. A little
you
flavor.
gotta, yeah, it's like a make it a bit more sophisticated.
Little Aussie little twist.
Yes. Look at this, 5 grenades. Over the boost, perhaps? Ooh, or into... Where's it going? Where're they going? Well, nothing's happened. They haven't done really all that much of anything. And the round's over. 133, fast round. But we had a 145 earlier today. Can't beat that.
Haven't
Can't
seen
beat
it
that.
beat. Dropped your pen.
I did. It's fine. Everything's fine. Let's focus on the game.
Is that the pen that you've rebought 10 times?
Yes, it is.
AWP coming. Oh, double op. 3 scopes. On the CT side, Davey's going to bring out the AUG. AUG. Renegades 5-1. They have plenty of money on their side. Interesting that they took a timeout. Maybe someone has to use the restroom. I don't know. Now, if it's a restroom, is it a tech?
Who was it that we saw going to triple ops a lot recently?
It was
Astralis and LDLC.
Right. That was really interesting.
But because of Astralis, so Astralis.
They were tired of it. No.
That was pretty cool.
That was an overpass as well, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was really interesting.
Let's see then if Space Station can turn around their fortunes. Some meaty Molotov. Right then, Snakes with an angle towards B. Rookie will occasionally throw a smoke into that Molotov and look over the top on little platform under the vents. But they will not waste such facility if they even have it. Only Davey has a smoke at this point. With that fresh one in mid. Lots of pressure towards the position under the boost. Lots of spray. 1 minute 15. And it seems there'll be a takeoff mid in some description. No one in a forward position for Space Station in that middle area.
It's great timing for Renegades. They're going to take this middle as soon as one of the players from Space Station rotates to A. Very good game sense on the Renegades part. I like this. Taking over parts of the map, Dan.
Yes, that's really cool, especially because Renegades, since the beginning of the round, you can see that they called that they're going A because the bomb carrier, instead of dropping the bomb somewhere in the middle and playing a default, it just went straight towards Squeaky, waiting there with the grenade, Liaz, for quite some time. And they're going to go for the split. 3 players up highway, smoke to walk through. This is really cool, as you don't see it all the time, but it can be quite effective. And Soderus has got a fantastic angle, unresponded frags coming in from the car position from the AWP. And now 2 players left here. And with this A main control, Liaz has nowhere to go, no support. What can he do here? Nice 1v1. This is doable, but it's very difficult. He hasn't lost much health. 10 bullets left. 9 now as he looks to try to follow up, and he can't do it.
3 1v1s.
I was about to say something about that. It's just like, why not just all peek together? Why make it difficult?
Odorous goes behind the barrels.
Playing Gladiator right there. You ever play that game in CS, Gladiator? Just go 1 by 1.
We would call it Iron Man.
Oh, Iron Man?
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah, yeah.
Kumite.
It's like the biggest diss.
Alright, everyone say T-spawn. Your turn, James. Go out and 1-on-5 them. Nope, if you die, someone else goes next.
I always like being first when we ever did that. It's always most fun.
Both teams on a buy once again. Smokes towards Z and the white box. Now there's a more forward setup from Space Station, changing the configuration. Into the vent goes Grim, catching Azar off guard, suggesting he's fallen into the B bomb site. JKS trying to use that position. But what does he really do from this point? The angle is probably still with Space Station. Oh, that is horrible timing for Liaz. Completely blind, and there'll be a trade frag attempt. Yes, and there is the bomb. This is falling to absolute pieces for Renegades. Look at Jacob's position. Can't quite see the player below him just yet. There's a transfer. And now he's got the B bomb site. He'll hear the footsteps by the vent. Does he continue on B? Does he go to A? Looks like it will be B. The very quick plant. And it seems to go together round the back. Oh, they're lining up in a very tight spot. But the AUG will betray him. The AWP collected. Round number 3 for Space Station.
I was enjoying Space Station's reflashing middle. The 2 times that they got kills in the middle were both counter-flashed from the highway person to Space Station. Really good flashes and taking advantage of the timing of peeking towards middle. See right here, you see a pop flash. Yeah, actually 2 of them that round in middle. That's pretty nice. I like it. Very important if you want to retake something. You have to have really good pop flashes.
Oh, that was close. Pretty darn close. 149. Peek coming in from Jacob. Odorous a bit too slow to the angle, just trying to creep it. But it's actually, you get a better angle as it teases. You're farther away from the wall. And so, we get to play out the smoke again. Got to be very careful with this. And he's Infinite's nailed it. Brad in a horrible spot, but he does manage to frag out, and that's a very important trade. Because now the position no longer held by the CTs, and now it goes for 4v4 at the same time. So it creates some more holes in the defense. We can see a rotation is caused. 1 player coming out of B, going to mid, and 1 more player coming from car, and going towards the site itself. Odorous going close with the AWP. It's going to work out. That could have been a no-scope, but it was not. However, they can't get through the choke points. Renegades in a lot of trouble here. Liaz shooting his way out, though.
Smoked off on the short position, highway rather. Now we're in North America. Liaz just doing some cleanup. Bomb being carried by Gratisfaction. Smoke is now gone. Plenty of retake grenades for Space Station if they've got an angle to throw them. Molotov actually may help them out a little bit. Davey, don't want to see elements of surprise on the high ground. Liaz taken out. Leave Gratis faction with 6 HP at the back. No more HEs. Gets the one-on-one. Nice shoulder peek. Ooh. Maybe the edge of the scope just betraying him there. Has Davey spotted him? It seems he has. And it will be Space Station with a 4th round. An expensive round. A 3rd defuse in a row. See how much money Renegades have to pressure this economy. They could go for a buy here.
The sad thing is I thought that the point of the Molotov play was to then take an angle onto Heaven afterwards.
Yeah, he pulled too many nades.
What's that?
He pulled out too many nades in the process, kind of fumbled a little bit. 2-on-2 situation. I mean, you're going to rely on him killing him with an HE? Maybe. I don't know if he's low. But would you rather have an AWP in that situation instead of an HE? I would.
Indeed. Indeed. Hold the gun out.
What would Guardian do, James?
Slaughter everybody. Guaranteed.
He'd pull no HEs out. He'd be
No.
gunning. He'd be open.
It's true. It's true.
To
I
me,
like
to
it.
you. Looks like a dedicated push of the A site from Renegades. No messing around, no horsing around. More exchanges. As it will take the UMP. Does he go out first? Does he draw fire away? 40 AKs to clean up. They're lining up for Grim, but no kills for Grim. Infinite coming around the side, spotting Azza with the bomb. The transfer continues, but no more kills. Edris missing his shot. Really got to be careful with his angles. There is a post-plant smoke for the wall position. But he goes to short instead, and that leaves Jacob exposed. And I think there's a better smoke to throw. That's just my opinion. There's a Molotov towards the forklift area. Gratisfaction is able to escape. Main being smoked off. Do they continue though? 3 versus 2. Down the smoke goes. Gratisfaction through the smoke back to Fork. Maybe spotted, I don't know, but I think they've given up on this one. So we have 2 AWPs to save. Now it's just the 1. JKS has heard where Snakes is. Often saving with an AWP as Snakes. And getting some kills. 6-4 for Renegades. Gratisfaction. Not even peeking with a gun. Goes for the faster peek, but he can't kill.
Actually, big save on the top. Space Station, 4 to 6. Wouldn't be a 4 spy here. Obviously going to be a double save, so might as well lay into the money system, especially with AWP, 0 kits. Grim. Looking around middle, throwing a smoke. Sees nothing. Davey going to make his move towards that checkered area. Renegades slowing it down. 2 players from Renegades are going to be working this A main area, but looks like Zach's going to back off here, so Anna's going to run into a B take here.
Curious, because they could very well push that smoke. It can be a good risk to take, and if there's always that opportunity sometimes when maybe someone's turning away at the wrong moment. But actually, at this point, there's a really nice spot for a push. Okay, Grat's coming back to hold the flank. That's really important. Actually, he goes for a smoke and a flashbang. Now, there's still a pushing potential there in the mid. We'll have to see how that goes, but it's up to the push here on the front. And Davy's going to go for a quick pop flash. Lots of damage coming in, slowing things down. CZ put to work, but it will be decommissioned just as fast by JKS as the 3-on-2 now looks very good for Renegades. But here comes Infinite from the back. Oh, he's done so much damage to Dinks, but can't finish him off, and it's Snakes with an AWP. And he's going to take down JKS. Maybe there's a chance here. Maybe Snakes can find a way to slither in.
Ooh, I like what you did there.
If they don't peek him, does he push? I can't imagine. Surely he's doomed to a 2v1 insta-trade situation with the AWP. Just inviting someone to hunt him. But ultimately, he will have to concede position and go for the save.
How new is that AWP skin?
Which one?
It's reasonably new.
Snakes. I want to see it again.
It's got the pugs on it.
Ah, yeah, that's from the latest case.
How much is this stat track one?
Don't know. Go and find out. It's not something I'll be looking at recently, Dan, I must say.
Probably like
But I appreciate your question.
probably like $75. My guess.
Is that it, really? Minimal wear?
But isn't that the average stat track price for a lot of guns? Like $50 to $70 for like the good skins. But what are good skins?
I'll stay with mine.
What's yours?
Just a minimal wear Man at War. Unboxed it many years ago.
Nice. Nice.
I called it the railgun.
Oh,
Okay, 5 minutes for Space Station. The single op on Snakes. It will be protected by an entourage of bodyguards. But at this point, they're just going to try to get exit frags, I'd imagine. There is damage to be done to the economy of Renegades. Their money does not look good. So if Space Station set up well on for the exits, this could be, they could get some kills in. That would be a great. That would be an accomplishment that would go very positively towards the rest of this half. But they're a little bit too slow into position. That's the problem. And so you can see that it's easy for Grad to get out into a good spot to just get a spray down, as opposed to having to deal with crossfires and so on and bait setups. They were too slow into position.
Again, we've seen so many rounds where Snakes is saving an AWP.
Even yesterday it was like that, wasn't it?
Exactly. The highlight reel at the bitter end. Here we go. There you go. An exchange. As Renegades have planted a bomb in the last 6 rounds at the very least. It's possible they may have planted a bomb further and won by elimination. So they're having plenty of success, but only a 4-round lead doesn't really reflect that at the moment. Space Station with some retakes in them. They've got a good buy this round, of course, with the 2 AWPs. Enough utility. Third man by B in the vent, as Smoke was talking about before, but Snakes has missed his flick. Better at saving the gun and saving the round, maybe.
Nice flash there from Davey. It's a new round, it's a new hope. We'll see if they can make this hold work. T, see, you know what's going on.
I know what's going on. No reaction from James.
Yeah, I don't care.
James doesn't watch anime. Odorous left alone. Really nice take there coming in from Renegades. Davey did what he could, but Renegades using the power of brute force this round, just hitting their shots clean and simple into that B bomb site, and as it will finish off Odorous. So Renegades have been, it feels like just bullying Space Station a bit.
Yeah, whatever they do is just a little better than Space Station and snowballing a lot of these rounds in favor of Renegades. Renegades just literally doing their thing, man.
Yeah, now this is a great chance for, well, I won't say 11-4 because Space Station will be on max buy because of max loss bonus next round, but 10-4 should be a given. As I hear the second player below the vent, he does some rotation in the meantime, but the bomb is heading towards the A site, and they've been heard, so players will go back towards A, but the split is possible with Jacob coming up from the highway position. Odorous falls to the flames, and maybe the main issues have come and gone. But Jacob's had his bell rung now, but no one's really in position to take his weapon away. There's a flank for Infinite, and Davey is left in a 1 versus 4. Might not want to go there again. AK is better than an M4, so I'm sure he'll want to save at this point. So 10-4 for Renegades, another bomb plant, another day, another dollar. Best Space Station, want to go to 2 AWPs in the next round, or just a 1?
You have to save his gun. Looks like it's going to be a impossible mission.
I did that one earlier.
I know.
You gotta get some new ones. I
Well, it came
want
back
prepared.
though. It came back outside.
It's true.
I gotta.
It's true.
I'm going with the moment here. Still no reaction out of James.
No, you guys just make me sad, that's all.
Make you sad.
Does James know what's going on though? That's the question.
I just don't think you're
Yes,
cultured,
I'm not-
James. Are you cultured?
He hasn't seen any movies.
No.
I have, I just don't remember them.
Oh.
You haven't seen Lion King.
I need to see the. I don't need to see that, but I do need to see the new Mission Impossible.
It's
film.
very good, actually. You can see it in cinema still. It's really good in cinema.
Actually, we can actually remember everything. It's just recalling information. That's the difficult part. It's there in your brain. You just got to find it in that noggin of yours.
Large noggin.
It's a mess.
It's a lot of space to search.
The horror cleaner.
Ooh, double AUG from Space Station. You know, out of all the scoped rifles, I don't know if I've ever seen a double scoped rifle on the same side.
Yeah, it's cool. If you've seen some teams doing more of that, as people get more comfortable with it, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And perhaps you know, there's players using M4A1Ss as well, but we'll see Jacob just running into A. He's just running in. He cares not.
Move. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just saying it's a pretty awesome move, especially when a team like Space Station has been playing a lot of 2-2-1s, 2 middle, 2B. And a really good counter to that is just to bum rush A. But Jacob did by himself.
Yeah. And this is the effect. We can see middle voided completely. They can't afford to be in middle, have to reinforce the bomb sites. And Renegades abuse that, take all the space.
Station.
And there's a minute left now. They're just holding position, seeing if there's a reaction from Space Station. How do they deal with Odorous, though? Because he can definitely shut some of this down. This is quite interesting. Renegades walking all the way back. But the problem is that they have given up A main. They have no information about this. It's a strong position. Do they throw nades in and then run through A main, or do they just walk squeaky? Walking squeaky is quite viable due to the position of Azza on highway.
Azza.
And there is a pretty big blind spot. As soon as that door opens, the attention will go to the door. Maybe that's a spot for Azza to peek out. Smart from Odorous to take a safer position, play retake. With Grim and team main, this should be very good actually for Space Station, potentially. Oh my god, they get completely wrecked.
They do. They do. It does not look good for the final round. Ooh, Snakes, that's nice work from him. Maybe there's something they can do after all. 2 versus 3, much better situation, but that's a big delay. Davey moving into the highway position, and he's been smoked off. But the Raiders are starting to lack. JKS has got a Molotov. One final Molotov. Does it go towards the car area? That would have been brutal, but he's just hiding behind a box. Doesn't want to reveal his position. The Augs continue. There are kits for both of these players. Flashes for the CTs, flashes for the Ts. Stereo frags for Renegades, 11-4 after all.
Not bad, not bad.
11-4. Renegades looking, well, definitely turn around from that last cash map they played. But Space Station just getting kind of rolled over here. Renegades just look better in all aspects of timing. Their strats are mixing it up. They do the slow strats. This is like a lot of individual good plays by Renegades.
Yeah. Like JKM running in, or we had a round with JKS just like running to checkers, getting a 2Ks, and some usually winning rounds, putting them in Space Station in bad spots.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
Hello.
Infinite playing anti-flash in A main. And peeking up and finishing things off. Ooh, Azza's in the Shroud boost position. Oh my god.
This looks there. What the heck?
Oh, this is looking good for the Space Station. A flash. Can't see much with the cross. Some pot shots towards Forklift, but there's little need to engage, walk into a bullet. Just running past, keeping an eye on what's going on. Trying to limit the risk. Now exposed to the Forklift position, but still no kill for JKS. It's firing blanks, it seems. Got a gun from a movie studio. It's not real, but a pistol round is very real for Space Station. And that could be their door back into cash.
Holy baloney. Azra bought before they even spawned somehow. He's just tapping that buy-bind, just tapping it. It'll be a force buy out of Renegades.
I'm not sure about it, just because I feel like Renegades are overall better, and so I feel like with the rifles, it makes it more of a sure thing. But we'll see if they can make this one work with the pistols, and maybe they just prefer having that round with the AWPs on the 4th round instead as well. So that's fair enough. Playing the long game, the long con. Okay. Oh dear, that is big damage. Gets time for reload. Still 100 as well. Here comes another one versus one. He throws the flash up. Can he switch the gun in time? No. No time for a flash, it would seem.
He's got his deathmatch music on. And he has a lot of money that he's carrying. It says $1,800
Where?
equipment value for Renegades, but that's $1,500, is it not?
Because he's the last one. Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what kind of bug is that? What am I missing? Is there an invisible grenade of some description?
I am not sure, to be honest. Maybe it's a bug where... Actually, did he have it? They didn't throw it?
Maybe. Something to be updated. Well, this is a non-round for Renegades. Again, they are the more storied team, I think it's fair to say at this point, and I like the decision to go just for the bigger buy, get the AWPs and such on the next round, on their first buy round of the half. Start on the right foot. Again, I feel like sometimes the new economy can put you in a worse situation and give the T's a stronger lead earlier on. If you go for the forced buy, sorry, if you go for the buy in round 3 rather than the forced buy in round 2.
Look at this no respect by Davey, literally just holding W out. I mean, just running out middle. That's so risky of him doing by himself, but it's going to pay off. Flank that spawn as Spacestation's going to hit this bomb site.
Interestingly, he saw the player drop the flash, so there must be a read that he was throwing a flash for a stack in the B bomb site. I think they've eventually realized that. I was wondering if they would make the adjustment Space Station. Looked like they were going to commit to the B bomb site, but they have made the right realizations. Some bonus money for Gratisfaction. Now what do they choose to do? Difficult for them to close the distance to the site itself to do something with that weapon. What is it on the floor in front of the van? Could that be an AK maybe, or another MAC-10? But he'll want to set up for an exit frag somewhere. And he is pretty much doomed if he exposes himself to the front of the truck. And Space Station don't need to go too far from where they are. They can just wait there, but they will continue forwards. Okay, they're just containing themselves there. Smart stuff. Again, they need to run further than this. And it's an easy cleanup for Odorous. Now it's the buy round for Renegades.
Here we go.
So what is the plan now? Space Station.
Well,
For the open traders.
I don't think it will see Davey be as loose as he was in those ecos. He was pretty aggressive, pretty frag hungry. There's a gun around, so he has to respect Renegades. Give him respect.
Seems like those nades are too high. Is there a way to get those perfects?
Well,
Because
he's
HE
crouching. Bearing in mind, he's crouching behind the box rather than standing on the spools or something. So
Yeah, yeah.
I think the one that Fur and MIBR toss are pretty close. You aim like really low to the ground and jump throw. And land really low.
Oh dear. Oh, that's a nice return.
Renegades have to be expecting a 2-0 here for Space Station. Nothing else will be acceptable.
That is correct. There was
Ooh! Line him up. JKS just ready. Line him up and shut it down.
Oh,
Jacob with an
wow.
easy cleanup in a 3 versus 1. Perfect for JKS.
Oh, that sucks so much, doesn't it? It's like a really promising round. Everything's going pretty okay. Get the trade here from Infinite. 4 versus 4. Then the lineup. If they're not lined up, maybe there's a trade that can happen, and then it's 3v3. And then the players come out of vent. And you still have a round. But that's just such a slap in the face, isn't it?
And it would be a 3-on-1 in the bomb site too, so
Yeah.
it would really isolate the CT from the rest of the team, and it could have really went in favor of Space Station. So as you said, very, very unlucky. The ones you hate to see. Hate to see it.
Yeah. Ooh. Be careful standing on that box. Snakes just, you know, harassing, taking away some attention. Mid-take comes in at 120. Pretty quick. And we'll see now what they'll do with this. With Snakes in B storage, you do expect that they are thinking about the B split. Let's pop flash here, confirm what's going on. Renegades see no one's here. Okay, so now they can start to think, okay, there's probably going to be B. They can potentially just leave Azza there, rotate everybody else towards that B bomb site. Harassment on short though might convince them that maybe it could still be an A play.
Gratisfaction not taking that fight, smart stuff. Don't want to stop there. Not going too far away though. 13 HP, can't take a bullet. Is he to the left? Ooh, wasn't really considering it properly. In the meantime, there's a defense of the B bomb site to be had. Jacob and JKS, double J's, so strong on B on Cash, but this time they will be surpassed by Spacestation, making a play through the smoke as Davey. That leaves it into a 2 versus 2.
Oh, that was a mistake. Right
Jumping, he jumped as well.
So much bloody jumping.
The M wheel.
There's also no reason for him to be in that spot in that situation. You don't know where the other 2 CTs are at, and you're exposing yourself from heaven and CT spawn area. Just in a 2-on-2 situation, you don't have to do anything drastic. Just play an angle, sort of talking to your teammate, exchange kills, that kind of thing. Sometimes you just gotta keep it simple and headshot everyone in the server.
6th round lead for Renegades. Their first 2 rounds in this half. So many bomb plants in the first half. It's mad. Now Space Station are down to the pistols. Space Station, 2 new players, Davey and Odorous. Losing Voltage and Frosty K. Maybe it's Frosty K tweeted earlier, I can't remember which one it was. It was one of them though.
It's a good name.
Liaz lining up. Oh, speaking of lining up, that does not last very long, does it? Davey with a P250. No kills. Renegades now have doubled the score of Space Station on Cash.
That Q and the door was a bit too orderly, wasn't it? Too much order, not enough chaos.
Feels like I've seen that same spray down at least 3 or 4 times in the last couple days. This guy's sitting at forklift and just mowing down 3 people from Squeaky Door. Same angle, same everything. Taking note of that spot.
Everyone from Renegades going fairly positive on the kills to deaths. So everyone there feeling pretty good. As opposed to the first 2 maps, which were awkward for Renegades. But as you mentioned, they've got to be thinking about the 2-0 here. And JChem goes down, an awkward angle for him as Davey jumps over him. And Gratisfaction has to be careful with this position. You don't want to peek really deeper than that. Although now Liaz actually gives him the opportunity to. Just pushing out, taking down Davey. Reclaiming middle, so Space Station, they've invested quite a bit there, and they'll lose a couple players and not have any map control.
JKS starting to flank. Active movement from JKS. That will leave a concentration of 2 players for Renegades towards A. Maybe sub 40 seconds, JKS will start to flank further as Space Station patiently await this smoke to go. Liaz with an off angle for people moving towards the forklift. There are the initial grenades. Everyone's got a Molotov here for Renegades. Some flashbangs. Liaz is on fire a little bit. Loses his duel. Gratisfaction now is on his own for the time being, although Azza is moving up that highway position around the forklift. He won't last very long, Gratisfaction. Bomb not down just yet. JKS moving into highway. Azza misses the player on forklift, but he's got a grenade in his hand. There goes the bomb. And now there are big problems for Snakes. Once again, the last man standing, almost as always. 13 seconds. Azza not taking a duel, doesn't need to. But will decide when he wants to take his fight. And that is match point for Renegades. No plant for Space Station, and the money sucks.
Space Station almost stealing that round away from Renegades. You saw JKS push out a B right there, getting a lot of info for his team. That allowed Renegades to pretty much stack towards the A-bomb site, and even with the stack, Space Station made it really close. Ozzy are getting that lucky kill towards the forklift area. Or not forklift, but quad area.
Flames. Classic Molotov. One smoke to cover the cross to checkers. The Molotov to clear the player on the potentially in the corner. And still not looking too bad here for Renegades. Oh man, it's just a massive spread on 16-7. Game really finishing as that just really shows you exactly how the CT side went, as you mentioned. The Bears, it was just lots of lineups and good spray downs from Renegades. They seem very comfortable here against Space Station. We saw some glimpses of cool stuff from Space Station, but otherwise a bit flat.
Yeah, Renegades just pretty much doing whatever they can and, you know, just better at everything else. They're out shooting them, outplaying them in terms of strategy, as well as just the spacing and exchange kill. Just better overall for Renegades and Space Station. You know, a little bit iffy here and there. You know, it's only a matter of time for the iron things up with their lineup.
Much needed win for Renegades, an important win, and the next one, well, the next match will be as well. So we'll see if they can take it to 2, but again, the second half was fairly one-sided in favour of Renegades, and they will continue to move up the table again. Still playing catch-up with the number of matches that they have left, even with 4 games in a day. They still tend to put on a good performance. So again, this one was formality in half number 2. Here are some of the final frags towards the end. The scores on the doors and the stats. Good average for Renegades. Not much to say, really. Dominant game. So that is cash done. Dust 2 will be the last match of the evening. That is the pick of Space Station. They are the home team for that match. That's coming up after the break. See you back here in about 5 minutes or so.